you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm sure you guys have been around people who use like the same word over and over again, and it gets really annoying. Like people say literally nonstop.
Or like.
Or basically. Got a lot of friends that say basically nonstop. I know for me it's really annoying when I'm out and people use the same thing to describe me. They're always like, oh, you're so witty. And I'm like, hey, learn a different descriptive word, okay? There's plenty out there. There's also hilarious. Just go to a thesaurus. Just go to thesaurus.com and look up some new words because I'm getting really tired of hearing that over and over. Well, the girl on the phone for a second date update today feels like she might have said something over and over and over again and kind of annoyed the guy that she was out with, and that's why she's not getting a call back. Her name is Maggie. Maggie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for agreeing to do the second date update today. Now, before we get into why you think the guy's not calling you back, tell us a little bit about him.
Okay, well, his name is Jay. So I was out with my girlfriend. We were just at a bar, and then we met this group of guys. And, we kind of struck up a conversation, and we kind of separated off a little bit, and we hung out at the bar. And then, I don't know, we had really good conversation, and everyone else was going home. So we were like, let's go to another bar. So we kind of changed locations, and we were there until it was 2 a.m. We were the last ones there.
So this was your date, right? This was it. This was it.
Yeah, it wasn't on purpose. It's not like we didn't set up a blind date or something. But it ended up being a date because we met and then we kind of went off by ourselves.
Yeah, you guys had your own little private time. How was the conversation and everything with him?
It was really good. If it wasn't good, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have changed locations with him.
That's true, and you probably wouldn't be trying to contact him again either.
Yeah.
No.
How I figured that out.
Were your girlfriends super excited for you? Because whenever one of my girlfriends meets a hot dude in a bar, I'm like, yeah, get it, girl.
He's actually not really my type, I guess, my normal type. So I think they were actually kind of surprised because he's just a little edgier, a little rougher around the edges than I usually go for. But.
You're into more preppy type guys?
Yeah, I guess preppy, but now that I'm hearing all these things coming out of my mouth, it just sounds ridiculous. So, a little edgier than I normally date.
Well, okay, so what do you mean by that? He has tattoos or...
Oh my God, I don't know. He does.
She's flustered.
Yeah.
Totally
I am. I'm getting flustered because I don't know how to explain myself without sounding wrong, because now I'm all self-conscious about the things I say.
Okay.
I feel like I said something wrong.
Take a deep breath.
Calm down a little bit. We got time to discuss this. You don't have to do it all at once. Think about it. What is so different about him from the guys that you normally date? What makes him edgy?
Okay, you know how some people seem just super white collar, very suburban?
Mm-hmm.
He's not like that. That's the guy I normally date. You could guess where they went to college. You can guess what their parents look like.
And he went to the school of hard knocks.
I'm not saying he went to the school of hard knocks, but I'm just saying he's not the typical white collar preppy boy that I've dated in the past.
So what happened during drinks?
We had good conversation, and so now, when someone doesn't call you back or when things fall through, you start to totally overanalyze everything you said.
You said in your email that you were using a word too much. What does that mean?
There were a couple times when we were walking, I had walked by a car and then I walked past another bar and I referred to both of those things as ghetto.
You mean you were looking at stuff going ew, that's ghetto.
No, okay, I didn't say it like that. It was my car. I can call it ghetto. It's mine. I saw my car and I was kind of embarrassed about it because it is kind of ghetto. It's kind of old and junky. And so I was oh, that's my car. It's so ghetto. And then I was walking past another bar and we were choosing where to go. And I said, that one's really nice. I was that one's kind of ghetto. And then he said, oh, you say that word a lot. And I was do I? And then, I don't know, a lot, 2 times is so many times.
Maybe you said it sometimes that you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
You're right. Maybe I say it every other sentence. I'm very aware of it now, though.
You're one of those preppy white girls that calls everything ghetto, aren't you?
Oh my God, that's so
No,
ghetto.
I don't call everything ghetto. I'm not even preppy. Yes, I'm Caucasian.
Oh, my purse is only a Gucci. It's so ghetto.
Oh my God! Ew, no.
Okay, so that's not you.
Terrible. I hate myself the way I'm listening to the things I'm saying right now. It's awful.
Yeah, I would find it hard to believe that that's why he's not calling you back, though. And if he's getting offended because you're saying that, then do you really want to go out with this dude again?
Right, that's really judgmental.
Yeah.
To jump on that. Yeah.
All right.
How did the end of the night go?
well, we didn't like make solid plans, but we texted a little bit after, like in a couple days after that, and then it kind of just like stopped, and then he like stopped answering, and I was just kind of left to be like, huh.
Maybe his cell phone plan's kind of ghetto, and he can't send texts or something.
You're the worst. I definitely feel like the ball is in his court. You know, like when you've reached out enough times, you're like, okay.
Yeah. How many times would you say that's been?
I think I reached out 2 more times without a response. Like, I'm not about to like stalk him via text message.
Okay, and the only
stalk him over the radio.
Yeah.
all right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update. Okay?
Okay.
Hang on.
Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If I were to describe today's second date update, I would probably use the word ghetto,
Oh, come on.
with a side of ghetto added to it. I say that because Maggie is on the phone and she wants to call a guy named Jay today. Jay isn't calling her back, and the only reason that Maggie can think of is that during the date she described things as ghetto a few times, and he goes, wow, you sure use that word a lot. So she thinks that maybe that offended him. Maggie, that could be it. Or have you thought about this? He could have thought you were ugly.
That was just out of left field.
It's possible. It's happened in the past. It's happened to me. I know I've gone out with people and they've just thought I was ugly. So it might not be the ghetto thing. It could be that.
I'm not even going to warrant that with a response.
Okay.
Yeah, he spent hours with
thought,
her
you
the
know?
night that he met her. He obviously was attracted to her.
Well, who knows? You know, it could have been a pity thing.
Oh my God. You are the worst and continuously the worst.
I'm just trying to just weigh all the options that it could be, and that's the only other guess I have.
I am a decent-looking human. It's not because of the way I look.
Okay. All right, Maggie. Well, I'm going to dial the phone number right now, get him on the phone, and find out what the reason is that he's not getting back to you, okay?
Okay, I'm so nervous.
Oh my gosh, you really like him, don't
Maybe
you?
that's it. Maybe that's another reason why he's not calling you back. You were too nervous. There's all kinds of options here with you,
leave
Maggie.
this
There's
girl
so
alone.
many.
And all of your options make me feel terrible.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to dial it right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Jay, please?
Speaking?
Jay, how are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Really?
Yeah. What's up, man? How you doing?
You mean the guy on the radio?
Yeah, that guy. How are you?
I'm all right.
Have you ever heard the second date update before?
Nah.
Okay, perfect. Well, you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and they emailed us to get a hold of you to find out why you're not calling them back.
Okay.
Her name is Maggie.
Maggie.
Yeah, do you remember meeting Maggie out at a bar a little while ago?
Maggie. Oh, Maggie. The energetic girl.
Yeah, you know what? We talked to her a little bit, and that would be a good way to describe her. Very energetic. So you remember meeting Maggie, right?
Yeah, I remember meeting Maggie.
All right, well, Maggie emailed us because apparently you guys were texting back and forth, and then you sort of just dropped off the face of the earth, so she's wondering why you stopped texting her.
Yeah. Just not a good fit.
It's not a good fit?
Nah.
Okay, what's not a good fit about it?
You know, it wasn't a good vibe.
That's it? You guys just didn't click?
Yeah, I mean, she just said some dumb that pissed me off.
We talked to her a little bit about your date, right? And she was saying that at one point you pointed out to her that she said the word ghetto a lot. Like she used it to describe things like, ew, this is ghetto.
Like all the time.
Okay.
Like, that pigeon is ghetto. Like, it's a pigeon. And then, like, at least 3 or 5 times she kept calling me a badass.
She called you
a badass?
Yeah, like, it got kind of weird after a while. At first, you know, everybody wants to be a badass. But then by, like, the 3rd time, you're like, all right, I get it.
How did she do that? That's confusing to me. Like, you guys are just talking. She's like, oh, my God, you're such a badass.
I mean, yeah, basically.
That's weird.
You didn't do anything to, like, promote her saying that about your behavior or something?
I mean, not that I was aware of. You know, I wasn't, like, flipping over tables or nothing.
So she said it like a compliment, though, right?
I mean, the way that she put it, it seemed like she was, like, getting off from it.
Oh, really? Like, oh, you're a bad boy.
Yeah, like it was a huge turn on or something. And then there was this part towards the end of the night, and she was like, "You know who would absolutely hate you?"
Whoa.
Who would hate you?
Yeah, she actually said that.
Well, who would hate you?
Yeah, that's...
You sound like a nice guy to me, man. I'm having a pleasure. I'm having a great time talking to you. I don't know who would hate you.
I appreciate that. But yeah, she said, "You know who would absolutely hate you?" She said her father.
Wow. So she said, if I bring you home to my parents, my dad's going to hate you.
Yeah, but she had like this big smile the whole time.
Oh my God.
Did it feel like she wants to piss her dad off or something?
I mean, I don't know, but the whole time I'm just thinking like, I don't want to be involved in any drama or any family issues. But the whole time she was like, "Yeah, my dad would totally hate me being you."
I just want to piss my family off so bad.
So bad.
So did it feel like she was talking to you not because she actually liked you, just because she thought you were a badass who for some reason could make her parents angry?
I mean, I think she liked the idea of me pissing off her parents.
Well, you know what, Jay? You know what's funny is she's actually on the other line listening right now.
Wait, what?
She's actually on the other line listening. Maggie, say hi to Jay.
No way.
Holy Jay. Oh my God. The stuff that I said about my parents, all that stuff, I didn't mean it like I was bringing you home like on purpose. I wasn't going to bring you home to make someone mad, or I wasn't going to actually do it. I was just thinking in my head that they would freak out and be like, "This is different than your other boyfriends." But I'm not actually actively going to do it. I'm not using you to bring home to make people mad.
Did you just say that you wouldn't actually do that and then say, but they would actually do that?
I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll say it again. You're a badass. My parents wouldn't like me bringing home a badass. But it's true. I don't know what you want me to say.
It's just kind of weird how you obsess over me being a badass and how I would piss off your parents, and then that's a good thing.
Okay, well, I didn't mean it the way that it's obviously coming off to you. I really and truly didn't. I didn't. That's not what it wasn't my intention.
You said, this is exactly what you said. You said, "My dad would absolutely hate you." How else is that to be interpreted?
I didn't mean that he was going to hate you like in a bad way, like actually hate you. I meant he would like hate you like in a fun way. Like
in a fun way?
What?
Yeah.
Look, you just don't get it.
It would just be funny to see my dad's face, because like he would be, I would like stress him. Like it would just be funny. Like we don't even have to like go out. Like just to see his face would be funny.
Wait, you just want to use him as like your prop?
Wow.
No.
I'm not following this girl, and for the life of me, she doesn't take a breath when she speaks.
Well, that's a perfect timing then. Jay, I would love to ask if you'll go out on a second date with Maggie.
Right. Just
We
come
will pay
over.
for it.
You'll pay for it?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to go out with her again?
I'm going to still have to go with no.
No?
Yeah, I think that's a smart
Even if
choice,
it's just
Jay.
like to meet her dad one time just to see if you can piss him off?
I don't want to meet her dad, her mom, her uncle, her granddad. I'm not trying to meet any part of the family.
He should just be going on a date with her dad, if anything.
I mean, okay, that's fine. I mean, obviously you don't understand my humor, and you don't understand what I was saying. So it's fine. I mean, it's fine. It wasn't going to work, obviously.
Obviously.
Maggie, don't worry. I'm sure there's a ton of other guys out there that can piss your dad off.
Well, if you have any friends, let me know.
I definitely do. I'll hook you up, okay?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
You know, more and more young people are turning to us for help getting a second date. And that means we're seeing more and more unique names.
That's a funny point.
Yeah, they're coming up right now.
It's true, though.
I don't know what happened like 20 years ago, whether it was like the Y2K bug or maybe a really bad Blink-182 concert. But suddenly at that point, parents decided to stop naming their kids like David and Michael and James and the girls have no more Elizabeth, no more Lisas or Christies.
Yeah.
So now I'm not nearly as surprised whenever we get an email from a guy named Moonshine.
What? That is not someone's
This can't
name.
be a real name. It's like his nickname.
Or a girl named Jazz Tekka.
Okay.
Jazz Tekka, that's my girl.
So this morning, I didn't even bat an eye when I opened up the email, and I saw one from a dude named Tick.
Ooh, I like Tick.
There's nothing positive from a tick. Even if you have a tick, it's not a positive thing.
I don't know. Tic
Well,
Tacs.
Tick emailed us for help. So welcome to the show, Tick.
Hey guys, what's going on?
What up,
So-
Is that your full name or is that a nickname?
It's short. My full name is actually Tickery.
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 Tickery dickory dock.
The full name is actually TikTok.
How does that? I mean,
Yeah, it's been laughed at my whole life.
You've heard it all.
But yeah, I mean, it probably stands out because it's not like every other name, so it probably does help me get some attention.
All right. So do you want me to refer to you by your full name, Tickery, or would you rather be called Tick?
No, all my friends call me Tick.
All
okay.
right.
What is the woman's name that we're calling? Because I'm hoping it's something good.
Oh, gosh. Please.
It's Rebecca.
Boring. Oh, no.
Yeah.
And what's her
Tick.
is her last name like Haberdashery?
Yeah. We don't approve.
We don't. How did you meet boring Becky?
We met actually. She's a teller at my bank, and I noticed her one day and just thought she was really cute. And so then I kind of started to go and try to work it out so I would get to her window, so I'd like change places in line with people so that I could like get up and see her, and I try to look nice, like, oh, you should go in front of me, you know.
So you weren't wearing a ski mask with your hands in your pocket, like being all sketchy in line. I mean, that would be a bad sign at a bank.
I hope not. I tried to make it look like it was like, oh, I just happened to come to your window.
Right,
How did
yeah.
that happen?
Every single time.
That sneaky little
Yeah, it's
Tick.
so weird.
Saw something they liked, and then he latched on.
Yeah, so, after a while, I think she started to notice, like, I would always be at her window, and so one day I was finally like, yeah, I thought you were cute, and I thought, maybe we can have coffee sometime.
That's cute. Were you so nervous?
Yeah, for sure, because the other way that goes is, like, I'm the creeper that's been sneaking through the bank line.
Well, and also, she has full access to your bank account,
Yeah.
you know?
That's true. That, it was very vulnerable. She knew exactly how much money I had.
So what'd you guys do for a date?
So she was like, I'm going to be on a break right after this. Like, do you want to grab coffee? And so I was like, yeah, sure. So I waited around, and she had just like a quick break, like a 15-minute break where she got to step out, and maybe a little awkward, but like kind of just talking, getting to know each other a little bit. But she had to go back to work, but she was like, yeah, no, this went well. We should continue this another time. And so
That's good. It's like a pre-date.
Yeah.
It's like a pre-date before the date.
totally. But yeah, she was like, love to talk more. And so, I asked her to have dinner a couple days later as a Friday night, and she's like, great. And it was awesome. Like,
You're saying cute. You haven't even heard what he did. He just said that we got dinner, and you were like, "Oh my God, what a sweetheart!
Oh my God.
He ate dinner with you. What a
But
guy!"
the follow-through that it actually happened is a big deal these
The
days.
real date.
Yeah.
You didn't mess up the pre-date. That's the big deal.
Yeah, for
Okay.
real. When you're sober and it's light out.
So how did the dinner go?
it was really good. Like, she couldn't have been sweeter. And like, we talked about our jobs, and like, we had a great conversation. And
Yeah.
and then kind of at the end of the date, I was like, hey, this is really good. We should go out again. And she wasn't as enthusiastic as she was like after the coffee maybe, but like she was still like, yeah, for sure, let's go out again.
Can you think of any time during the date where maybe the momentum changed at all, since you said that maybe she wasn't as enthusiastic as she had been previously?
I didn't notice it until, that moment. And so the only thing I could like think of is like when I got home, I noticed that I had like a food stain on my shirt that I was like, I don't know how long it was there. Like, it wasn't huge.
Was
but
it a like old stain, or was it from a dinner stain?
It wasn't from something I had. So, it was probably from like early, I probably washed my shirt and it didn't come out, and I just was so nervous getting dressed that I didn't notice it on there.
Oh, I hate that.
Okay.
So maybe she noticed it at the end and saw that and was like, oh, maybe this dude's like not all together.
Dude,
Like,
if women turned down men for stains on their shirt, there would be no human population.
Have your finances taken a substantial hit over the last couple days that she may have noticed?
No, but I went back to the bank to like just see if she was there, and like I happened to be in line, like ready to get up to her window, like I just was the next person, and like right before I walked up, she put up like the closed window thing.
Damn, that is cold.
That's brutal.
And I don't know if she saw me, but like that's the only interaction I've had is like her putting up the closed window thing,
That
and that was
hurts.
it. So yeah,
That is
was-
an analogy
that was
for
rough.
the dating rejection
Oh,
world.
yeah.
And for my bank account.
Yeah.
Also closed.
All right. Well, Tick, we're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Rebecca for you, and we'll try and get you your second date update, okay?
All right, cool. Thank you, guys.
All right, hold on. All right, if you're just tuning in, we've got a guy on the phone named Tick who's a little bit anxious about getting a second date update today. You might even call him a nervous Tick.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see Conan O'Brien make that kind of pun. Challenge extended, Conan. Clock's a ticking. Woo, I'm on fire. Just another day of quirky radio morning show antics.
Okay. Yeah. Let's stop.
I can tell you're
tickled.
impressed. Yes.
You're tickled. That's great.
Hey, hit the sound for me.
Anyway.
Hey, he says it. You don't hit the sound when I say it.
Okay.
Screw the tick jokes then.
You're both ticking me off right now.
Not funny. Come on.
Let's calm down and get back to this.
He just wants a sound.
All right.
One joke that hits.
Well, we have a listener that needs our help. Tick is actually his name. He went out with a bank teller named Rebecca recently. They had a short coffee date and then another outing where they got dinner together. And Tick thinks it all went great. And according to him, the only weird part that happened is when he got home after dinner, he noticed he had an old food stain on his shirt. Not from that night, from some previous day. He doesn't know when. So he's worried maybe he may have come across looking kind of like a slob.
Yeah.
So Tick, how you feeling going into this?
I'm anxious to hear what she says because, like, I really liked her. Like, she just had this amazing smile and was a genuine person. And
You know,
yeah, no, I'm nervous.
I really feel, Tick, and this isn't, I don't mean to put you in a bad place, but I really feel like this is going to be one of those where it turns out that you're not telling us something or not including some weird detail, because when you went to the bank, she put the close sign on her window.
Yeah.
Like, she denied you so hard. And if that's all over a stain on your shirt,
I mean, I'm thinking about it since it happened and, like, racking my brain. Like, I'm not keeping anything out that I could think of. There's got to be something I missed.
All right, well, we're hopefully going to find out what the answer to that is. We're going to dial her phone number right now. You ready to go?
Yep, I am. I'm ready.
All right,
Okay.
here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Rebecca, please?
this is Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You have a moment to talk with us?
Hi.
Hi.
okay, cool. Do you listen?
I do. I'm sorry, why are you calling?
Well, if you listen, then you should be familiar with our segment, The Second Date Update.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you must know that means I'm calling about somebody that you went on a date with recently.
Okay. So I am being called for second date update. Oh, wow.
You sound excited.
You're processing it out loud.
Yeah, I am. Yes, I'm sorry. I do that. Yes, I'm processing this out loud because I didn't think I would ever be called for second date update.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Here it is. And so the guy who emailed us about you, his name is Tick.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I actually thought it was somebody else.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
You were hoping for somebody else, not Tick.
I was hoping it was somebody else. Yeah.
Aw.
No.
He sounds like such a nice guy, though. We talked to him. He sounds lovely.
Yeah, sure.
Keep telling yourself that.
I mean, he told us about you guys going out to coffee together, and he said you guys had a nice dinner, but he's feeling like the vibe isn't going well on your end.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And is there a reason for that?
I mean, I don't even know. Like, we went out to coffee.
Yeah, he told us about that, and then the dinner. And was he imagining it? Because he said when he went back into the bank after your date, you put up a close sign when he was approaching the front of the line. Did that really?
Yeah. I mean, it was just kind of timing-wise.
No, it wasn't.
Dude, you
I'm
shut
sorry.
him down hard. You closed your window for him.
Even if it was closing time, you see someone you know, you're like, oh, hey, come here, like you're your friend or anybody.
Like, that's worse than, oh, things didn't go great. That's like, I'm avoiding you at all costs.
Yeah.
Well, I'm at work. I'm in a professional setting. It was time for me to close up. So
I feel like we're kind of dancing around the subject here
for
because
sure.
if you enjoyed your time with Tick, you wouldn't have done that. What is it about Tick that turned you off?
first I thought he was fine. He seemed like a decent guy. But then when we went out to dinner, he just got kind of creepy.
How?
What do you mean? Yeah, like he was too touchy. He was staring at the waitress's butt.
So he just kept asking me about specific questions about working at the bank. Like, how many security guards are there? Like, very specific questions, and it creeps me out.
Wait, are you...
He's robbing a bank
Are you alluding to he was trying to size the bank up?
I don't know. Like, guys love, action films and all of that. I get, there's, some fascination. I get it. But it just went to, a different level, where...
Well, in his defense, I feel like almost any question that he asks about a bank could come across looking kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know, how much money do you hold in the bank at any amount of time?
It is a fascinating question.
You know?
Yeah.
I would want to
It
know
may
that.
be natural for you, but I'm on a first date with a guy, and he's asking about vaults and die packs, and he won't let it go. It's too much.
I could see that. I dated a guy who worked at a bank, and we never discussed any of those things.
See, I have
it didn't come up
questions.
in conversation.
What's the most amount of money you've ever held at
Although
once?
they do have a code word. Don't you guys have a code word if you guys are getting robbed? You call and say banana pancakes or something to somebody?
What?
I can't even talk about this,
I think that's it, Brooke.
There's just a level of professionalism that you need. We are dealing with some it's not brain surgery, but you are vulnerable there, and I don't want to be creeped on. I don't want
You don't want to be the reason that your bank got robbed.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to tell you this when you're feeling vulnerable, but I need to let you know that Tick's been on the other line listening, and he's heard everything that you said.
On the other.
Yeah, Tick?
Oh my God.
It's good to hear from you, I guess.
You do sound sketchy right now, Tick.
Yeah, Tick.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a lot to hear, so I feel kind of weird.
I bet.
Because she saw through your plan, or because you're not a bank robber?
I'd never thought that being interested in somebody would think I'd be trying to do something. That's just I'm shocked, honestly.
It's interesting he didn't answer your question. He just kind of danced around it.
No, I was not trying to rob a bank.
Okay, it's good to say that.
Maybe you weren't, but I feel like it was just too odd. And the fact that your name is Tick doesn't sound like your real name. It's like your criminal name,
What are you talking about? You've seen my bank account. You know my real name. It's on everything that you've seen.
There's some shady stuff, and being a teacher is a really nice cover-up, I think.
Oh, you're a teacher too, Tick?
Yeah, I am. I am actually a teacher, which you could also look up because I have to put my occupation on all my... this is crazy.
I gotta say, Rebecca, don't you feel like it's maybe you that have watched one too many bank robbery movies?
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, that doesn't make me feel any better that he was asking so many questions. I mean, honestly, why were you asking so many questions about my job?
I was just really interested in... I've never known anybody that's worked in a bank before.
Right.
And, honestly, you seem to like talking about it. So I was like, oh, she likes talking about her job. So I can,
normally on a first date, you ask about your jobs and stuff to keep the convo going.
Rebecca, isn't this so sad that as a woman, red flags go up if a man is too interested and too good of a listener? I mean, really?
Yeah. He wants to know more about me. He must be wanting to commit a crime.
Call the police!
Yeah, I feel I'm still a little unsure because it did trigger my intuition of being uncomfortable, but I do hear that.
So when you said he was creepy, was that the only thing creepy about him?
Yeah, it just gave me uncomfortable vibes.
That tickery is up to some trickery.
Yeah. Couldn't help yourself.
All right, so
I didn't know where we were going.
we're running out of time right now, and
TikTok.
yeah, TikTok. At this point, I need to ask you, Rebecca, if you would like to go out on another date with Tick, and we'll pay for it. Not with bank money, with our own cash.
The dye
No
money?
dye pack in there.
I will. I am open to going out again.
That's good. That's good.
That was a brutal yes, though.
Dude, she does think out loud. You can hear it.
Sorry.
Process.
But the thing is, you need to like make sure that you're asking him about his profession, and then you guys won't talk about banking so much.
All about teaching.
Where do you hide the extra pencils?
Yeah, okay, that's pretty funny. Yes, maybe I did rush to conclusions on everything. So
See?
Well, there you go. Look
Way to
at
go,
that.
Tick.
Tick, we got you another date.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's great. I mean, like, I honestly, like, I do still have, like, a couple more questions about just your job. Like, it's not about, like, getting into anything or, like, anything like that. It's just
are
more
you
about
kidding?
your
Please tell me
job.
you're kidding.
Yeah,
Please.
no. I'm I'm kidding. I will not. I will not.
there it
ask
is.
anything.
Good.
Yeah, no.
Looking for the perfect birthday or anniversary gift or a special date night? Well, then you need Zodart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company. Visit Zodart.com to book an exotic special car for that very special day.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Everybody knows that the way to a woman's heart is car humor.
What?
And that's how Roger, the guy who was on the phone to do a second date update today, says he scored a date with Marissa, the girl that he wants to call. He said he used car humor.
I don't even know.
I don't really know what that means. That's
Okay,
just what his
good.
email said, so hopefully we can get an explanation. Roger, what exactly do you mean you scored a date with her using car humor?
Well, just that. I made a joke. I figured she's at a car show. She likes cars. I like cars. I made a joke.
Okay, you met her at a car show.
Yes.
All
Okay,
right.
and I have to know, what was your car joke?
Well, it's nothing great, but it worked for her. She was standing next to this 1970 Dodge Charger. It was a gorgeous car, but she looked so good next to it. I almost missed the car completely. But I just said I got to talk to her, so I went up and I started some small talk, and I said, I'm rebuilding a car just like this, but all I've got so far is a steering wheel.
That
That's
was it.
actually cute. I would fall for that too.
I mean, I know it's lame. It's lame, but
good.
But apparently it worked, right? You guys
it
went out.
worked. It worked.
Okay.
Exactly. We started talking. Yeah.
You sound charming enough to pull it off.
Well, I don't look it. It would have worked better on the phone.
So is the date that you want to talk about at the car show, or did you guys end up actually going out?
No, yeah, the car show went great. The actual date was that weekend at a concert we went to.
Oh, you even took her to a show.
I did. She was down. She said she wanted to go to a show with me.
Okay. And how did the show go?
It went great at first, but I have to be honest. I showed up at her house on my bike, of course.
Wait a minute. Did you say on your bike?
Yes.
Like a motorcycle?
No, bicycle.
Okay.
You showed up on a bicycle.
Yes, I lost my license. It's been many years ago. It's just something I'd rather not get into. But anyway, yeah.
Did she know that you were going to show up on a bicycle?
No.
Oh, okay, listen.
First problem.
I mean, I think the bicycle's fine if you give a girl a warning, especially if you meet a man at a car show. You'd assume that he's going to come pick you up, I don't know, in a car.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I figured we had some good connections, some good common ground, that it wouldn't be a big issue.
So what were you going to do? Put her on your handlebars and take her to the concert?
Well, I'm a gentleman, okay, so obviously I thought, okay, well, if she drives us, I'd be a gentleman. I'd pay for parking. I'd pay for the tickets to the show, drinks, whatever she needed. I wanted to do that, at least since she was driving.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Did you ask her beforehand to drive, or did you just show up like, hey, you got to drive us?
I asked her if she could drive, but she didn't know I was going to show up on a bike.
Okay. So she thought you were just being like, hey, you want to drive? Because, that'd be cool.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But she kind of had to drive. She had no choice.
Right.
All right.
And so the car ride to the concert was not awkward then?
No. Like I said, it was more humor and more common ground. It was kind of everything that you think about when you think about, hey, I just met this person and we're together going to a concert. This should be a good time. It was perfect.
Okay, so she didn't seem bothered by the fact that you showed up on a
No,
bike.
not at all.
That's cool, actually. Sounds like a cool chick.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought, yeah.
And so how was the show?
Well, now we come to the crux of it. It was going good at first, and I was really digging music. She seemed to do that as well. And then she kind of said she had to go to the bathroom, and so I just kind of found, someone to talk to. And a few minutes go by, nothing. Didn't see her, so I kind of checked around, didn't see her. So I guess it was 10, 15 minutes. I'm not sure exactly how long, but I finally got a text from her that said, she didn't feel good and that she went home. Oh. And, of course, my gut reaction was, okay, I understand, but now I have no ride home.
I was going to say, how did you get home from the concert?
My bike is at her house.
Yeah. So how'd you get home?
I took the bus. I had to take the bus.
What did you say to her? What did you text back?
Well, at this point, I'm still assuming she's fallen sick. I don't want to offend her. I'm kind of offended myself that she didn't offer to at least ride me home. So I didn't say much. I didn't want to. I still thought I had a chance. Maybe she just felt sick. So anyway, I took a bus, got my bike, and I let her be.
Oh, you didn't knock on the door or anything when you got...
No. I let her be. I didn't know. I didn't know how sick she was.
Okay.
Have you let her be since the date, or have you tried to call her a few times?
No. I made some text message advances, if you will. I made some more card humor that seemed to work the first time. I figured it would work again.
God, you have a big library of card jokes at your disposal.
I do. I pride myself on that, yeah.
So, have you heard anything from her at all?
Nothing. Not a zilch.
Okay, so she basically ditched you in the middle of your date at the concert and has not talked to you since.
And there was no signs that she was having a bad time with you or that she was trying to escape for some reason?
Not at all. No, not at all.
Are you mad at all?
I'm not mad. I think I would just, I'm an adult. She's an adult. I thought we kind of hit it off. I know that we didn't meet under traditional circumstances, but maybe she could be an adult and say, hey, this is what I don't like about you, or this is why I won't return your calls, instead of being a 4-year-old about it.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, and find out if she can be an adult and tell us what happened on your date, okay?
All right.
All right, we'll get your second date update right after this.
Thank you.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hey, Roger.
Hey.
Hey, before we make the phone call for your second date update, I wanted to first congratulate you on being the first person to do a second date update that has ever showed up for their first date on a bike. I was just thinking about it. We've had people show up on motorcycles before, but nobody actually show up on like a 10-speed bike and then make their date drive them somewhere.
Well, thanks very much. It's an honor to be the first.
Yeah. It's an honor to have you on the show. If you're just tuning in, Roger went on a date with a girl named Marissa. They went to a concert. He showed up to her house on a bike because he doesn't have his license, so he made her drive to the concert. But in exchange, he paid for parking, drinks, everything else. Yeah, he paid for it all, but he got ditched in the middle of the concert. She left and said that she felt sick, and he hasn't talked to her since. We're about to call her and find out if something went wrong on that first date.
And am I clear? No one in this room believes that she was actually sick? Like everybody thinks it was an excuse?
Yeah, it has to be.
When was this date, by the way? How long ago?
This was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks. Okay, so maybe she got like that weird 2-week flu that's going on, and she hasn't been able to call you.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Marissa?
Yeah, speaking.
Hi, Marissa. My name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Seriously?
Yes. How are you?
Yeah, I know you guys.
You do? Oh, awesome. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Nice.
How about you?
Good. Nice to meet you.
You as well.
Have any idea why I might be calling you today?
Well, I guess there's probably a lot of reasons you could be calling.
Well, I'm calling you today because somebody emailed us for a second date update.
Oh, my God.
Have you heard second date updates before?
Oh, yeah, totally. I listen to them all the time. Never thought that I would be on it, though.
Congratulations.
How many dates have you been on in the last, 2 weeks?
2.
2, okay. And of those 2, was one of them named Roger?
Yes.
All right. Well, Roger would be the one that emailed us for a second date update.
Yep, I bet he did.
Oh, really?
He told us that you ditched him he said that you said you got sick, but we're all assuming that you ditched him in the middle of a concert.
Yeah, was it that subtle?
Dude, that's not cool. You were his ride, man. You can't just leave somebody stranded.
Yeah.
I know, I'm usually a good person, but, this was bad, you guys. I don't know what he told you, but I would love to tell you the true story.
Really?
Okay, so tell us what happened.
So, I don't know if he told you this, but we met at a car show.
So I'm pretty surprised when he shows up to my door on a bicycle.
He actually told us that. He said that he showed up on a bike and asked you to drive to the concert.
Oh, okay, he told you that. What else did he tell you?
He told us that, and he told us that you guys went to a concert, and then that you ditched him, like, pretty soon after you got there.
So he didn't tell you anything about the car ride to the concert?
No, nothing.
Are you serious? He didn't say anything about the car ride and what he told me?
No, he didn't. He actually said that you guys had a nice conversation on the way there.
Well, we have very different definitions of a nice conversation.
So what happened in the car then?
So we're in the car and we're driving, and he was talking about how expensive drinks at the concert were. So he wanted to stop at a liquor store on the way and pick up a 6-pack and have me smuggle it in my purse into the concert.
And you weren't down with that?
No, I said no. Like, I didn't want to get caught and kicked out of the concert. And beyond that, when I told him no, he called me a wet blanket.
You do sound a little straight-laced when you're so adamant against smuggling beer in.
Well, you just meet someone, and let's be honest, it was not a small venue. Like, I've been there before. They check purses. I knew it wasn't going to work. What's the point?
So he insulted you after, like, geez, just trying to save some money on beer, you wet blanket.
Yeah, totally. But it's almost like, like I'm driving. I'm trying to go with the flow of the night. We're going to go to a concert, and it's cool. So I'm trying to, be open and brush it off a little bit. Yeah. But then we get into the concert, and, it's about 15 minutes into the show. Things haven't really built up yet. And he tries to pick me up and crowd surf me, hand me off to another person.
What?
Yeah. No one else is doing this yet. I just met this guy. He doesn't know me. It's not like I was like, do it,
Help me. I'm trying to picture this. So he just got behind you and tried to lift you up?
And then hand you off?
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? I freaked out.
Who crowd surfs anymore anyway?
I don't know.
Is crowd surfing still a thing?
I think so.
So at that point, I was a little annoyed, but I was, trying to let it go. And then the final straw comes, right?
Uh-oh.
So he tries to get me to flash the band.
No!
What? Yeah.
No way!
Did you say to flash them?
Yeah.
What did he say to you?
He was like, hey, show the band your
Are you serious?
Why?
He kept telling me it would be hilarious if I showed the band my boobs. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna fall for that one. Thanks, buddy.
Is that when you left?
Yes. I said I had to go to the bathroom, and I just went straight for the exit. I thought about, calling a friend, getting a second opinion, but no, I was just out of there.
Oh, my gosh. He sounded so charming and lovable when we talked to him. Yeah. I'm, shocked by this information.
Yeah, he sounded that way at the car show to me, too, but, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, man.
Show me your boobs! You know that he's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay, you do know the second date updates. Roger?
Yeah, hey.
Hey, man.
Marissa, really? Did it take this to discuss it with you? Let's go over this. So what was the first turn off for you? I mean,
bicycle and me driving.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, all right. So I have a troubled past. I feel like you were a grown up, you were adult, maybe you understand. Hey, I'm moving on.
Oh.
But
I don't want to talk about it.
You're talking about adulthood when you're the one that's telling her to show the band her boobs?
Okay,
Good
well,
point.
on that particular note, I thought it would be cool that if she showed the band her boobs, then we could maybe get a backstage pass. I would really impress Marissa. It would bring us
okay, but that's not impressing me if I'm the one doing the work. It's the same thing as smuggling the
It's a
six-pack in.
collective.
Okay,
It's a
you
date,
paid
Marissa. It's a
$8
collective
for
effort.
beer, but I have to put my life on the line for going into the show or not?
It's not putting your life on the line. It's having a little fun, Marissa. You need to lighten up a little bit, live a little bit. I mean, you smuggling beer. Everybody smuggles beer. Put it in your purse, your socks. I don't care, your hoodie.
Okay, maybe that was an overstatement, but come on, man. You've never been to that venue before? They were checking everything. It was just a stupid idea.
Marissa, do you even hear what you're saying? You're talking like somebody who doesn't know how to experience life to the fullest. I mean, you're going to stay there
Okay,
if you don't
maybe
lighten up.
maybe your definition of living life to the fullest and mine are a little bit different.
And why wouldn't you be? You have socks. You could smuggle beer yourself. Why does she have to do it?
She's a gorgeous female. She can get away with a lot more than I can.
Oh, my God. Okay, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. But, like, beer aside, there were so many other things wrong with the date.
Marissa, I just feel like if you loosen up, live a little bit, have a little fun, we could have another date and we could have a good time. I just feel like you were too tight-laced.
It's her
Now
fault.
it's her fault, yeah.
It's her fault.
She was
God,
slipping away.
show him some nipple, Marissa. What's your problem? Objectify
Exactly.
yourself a little
Thank
bit for some backstage passes.
Amen.
I was being sarcastic.
Listen, if I'm really that boring, why do you want to go out on a date with me again?
Because you're at a car show, most girls don't go to car shows, so boom, right there, you're my material.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and I thought you were my material, too, but you don't even own a car.
But he's got
Okay,
car
ouch.
jokes for days.
I have a car, Marissa. It's a nice car. I just can't drive it, okay?
Well, Marissa, would you like to go out with Roger again? We will pay for a second date.
Pay for the Uber.
No, I'm not up to being told how boring I am for another date.
It's probably a good call.
Marissa, if you had done the things I told you to, you would have had the time of your life. It wouldn't have been boring at all.
Sorry, my definition of fun just isn't crowd surfing and showing my boobs to strangers.
Yeah, you know what? You
So
do sound a
weird.
little boring, Marissa, I gotta say.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry, Roger. No second date, man.
Come on.
Marissa, thank you for listening and thank you for telling us what happened on your date. I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure.
Sounds like it.
Roger, good luck in the future. I'm sure you'll be able to find a nice lady who will let you show her boobs to strangers.
Exactly. That's what we need more of in this country.
Oh, my God. Yeah, what else is
Support
boobs
you
good
100%.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, if Roger's looking for a girl who's willing to flash her goods, I'll go out with him. I've shown my girls to 9 different bands so far, going on double digits. Sounds like she's a lot of fun.
I feel like she was flashing us when she texted that in.
Yeah, talking about today's second date update. This dude named Roger wanted to call Marissa and find out why she wasn't getting back to him after their date. Turns out he picked her up on a bike. Well, he drove to her house on a bike and then said, hey, by the way, can you drive us to a concert? He tried to get her to smuggle beer into the concert. She didn't want to. He tried to pick her up and throw her into the crowd so she could crowd surf. She didn't want to do that. And he even tried to convince her to flash the band. Basically, he was just a maniac at this concert.
Yeah, dude,
And
chill.
she told him that she had to use the restroom and ditched him and never called him again and does not want to ever see him again.
Which no one can
man.
blame her because it's not like he was doing any of these things. He was like trying to force her to crowd surf. Like, go do it yourself if you really want to, buddy. But like, stop with the peer pressure, man.
I love the excuse, like, well, maybe we could have gotten backstage passes. It's like, that's not the reason you wanted
No,
to
yeah,
flash.
he
And
wanted to
if
see
you
it
don't
for
wanna see-
himself.
And if
Text
she-
in at 78592 says, I think Marissa needs to lighten up a little. She sounds like an 80-year-old crotchety bag. Have some fun while you're young. I like how this guy was an a-hole the whole concert, and everybody's ripping on her for not flashing the band.
My gosh. And as if, even if she got backstage passes, like he would have been invited.
Yeah, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
the reason a band would invite you back isn't the reason why they're going to have a dude come along,
Good
too.
point, Brooke.
So they agreed to not go out again.
Oh, man.
Poor Roger. But hopefully he'll find somebody who's a little more his speed and not so boring.
Oh, God, stick in the mud.
Yep. And remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week is coming up at 8:10.
Moving 92.5 presents. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Bowling alleys are a great way to go on a date. I often find myself hanging around bowling alleys all the time just to help women on their form.
What?
Yeah, help
That's
correct
not why
them.
you-
I might not even know them. I just come from behind them and just go, hey, you throw the ball like this, sweetie. Sure. Sometimes you get slapped, but sometimes you get a phone number.
Oh, my God, I'd put a bowling ball in your face if I was there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. And Melissa, who's on the phone right now, went to a bowling alley on her first date, but now she's not getting a call back. Melissa, what's up?
Hi.
Hi.
Guys.
How are you? Did you actually know this guy before you went to the bowling alley, or did he just show up there and do my special trick to meet you?
Oh no, he didn't do your special trick.
Okay.
I didn't know him. I actually met him through some friends.
Okay, so was the bowling alley the first time you actually laid eyes on each other?
Yes, it was. We texted a couple times, like, about where we were going to meet and stuff, but that was the first time we saw each other.
Okay. And what's his name?
Jay.
Jay. All right. And tell us a little bit about the date. Why do you think you're not getting a call back?
I honestly don't know, guys. Like, the date was kind of great, or so I thought. Like,
Right.
we got there. It was a really cool place. It was bowling and beers. You know, it was a good time. Like, we were cheering each other on. You know, we were bowling. I'm not that good at bowling, but neither was he. Like, we were both, like, kind of, like, mediocre, but it was fun.
Okay.
Okay, so he wasn't like some extreme bowling enthusiast that would like put you down or not date you because you got a couple gutter balls.
No, he was not, because he was not doing that great a job himself.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And can you remember like a moment where you're like, oh, this is really going well?
Well, the whole date was going really well, but I do remember a moment where I was like, okay, I hope I didn't, like, screw this up. Like, it just kind of got a little weird. It got kind of out of hand.
So the opposite of what I asked.
Yeah. Weird at a bowling alley can never be good.
So we were bowling around, you know, we had took a little break and we started talking. We were talking about placing some bets on the game, you know, and just like bets like,
Okay.
oh, I bet $1 you can't hit a strike, or like I bet $5 you can't chug this beer in like less than a minute. Stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, that sounds fun,
And
playful.
it was playful, and I'm always down for a bet. Like, I don't back down.
Okay.
So he bet me to, to lick the inside of one of the bowling shoes.
What?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What, are you in like 5th grade?
I know. At first I was like, what the hell? Like, should I
Please.
do this? I want to seem down, you know, so I was like, I kind of have to.
No, please tell me you didn't actually do that.
I absolutely did it.
Oh my God.
I thought he would think I was cool.
Oh, we've done a lot of second date updates. I've got to say, this is the filthiest thing I've ever heard happen on a first date.
They spray them. They sprayed the shoes.
That's not an excuse.
You know, what did it taste like?
Okay, no, that's disgusting. I'm not going to say that. I don't know. It honestly kind of tasted like a wet sock, like a soggy sock. It was bad.
I think you're kind of badass for doing it. You know?
Exactly. That's what I was thinking he would think.
That is disgusting.
Not.
What did he do after you did it?
Oh, he was cracking up. He just thought it was the funniest thing in the world. I don't know if he was laughing with me or at me. Like, he just was cracking up, but I don't know, like, he hasn't called me. We haven't made plans for a second date, so I'm thinking that was it. But then I thought, like, that was okay. I thought we were having a moment.
Did you guys kiss?
Okay, so.
Oh, no.
I mean, we didn't kiss, but I swear there were moments, like when we were getting ready to leave, he walked me out, you know, we were waiting, he called me an Uber and everything.
Yeah.
That's where there were so many moments I thought he was going to kiss me, but I'm sure he was thinking about the shoe, because I was thinking about the shoe. Like, is he going to want to kiss me?
So you guys didn't kiss?
No, I didn't get my kiss.
You can't be surprised.
But come on, that's not fair. He's the one that dared her.
He dared me, exactly.
If you bring it up and you can't handle the actual truth of what happens, then that's on you.
And have you heard anything from him since your date?
No, I text him the day after the date, just like, you know, hey, what's up? I had a great time last night. Thanks for taking me out. Just thanking him. I made a little joke about the shoe thing. I think I said something like, I used a whole bottle of Listerine or something. I don't know what I said.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm all good. My breath's okay. Like, but he didn't text me back.
Do you think it's the shoe licking that did you in?
Did you listen to yourself?
Well, I don't know. Like, my friend said that he was a ladies' man, okay?
Okay.
So it could be like 70% shoe, 30% he's a ladies' man, and he just, like, has other girls.
Okay.
Right.
You know, I don't know how many dates I've been on where I'm like, if I just wouldn't have licked that damn shoe, I wouldn't have been in this position right now. All right. We'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
Thank you.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Melissa the shoe licker is on the phone with us.
Oh my God.
Melissa went out on a date with a guy named Jay. They went bowling. They had a fun time, and at some point they were making bets with each other, and he bet her to lick a bowling shoe.
The inside.
The inside of a bowling shoe.
Even worse.
And she did it. And like I said earlier, this makes today's second date update the most disgusting in the history of second date updates. And we've heard a lot of really bad things. So she licked the inside of the bowling shoe, and she thinks that that's the reason she's not getting a call back. Maybe it grossed him out too much, although he did bet her to do it.
Yeah.
She hasn't heard from him in a couple of weeks, so we're about to get him on the phone and find out if that is the reason he's not calling her back. Melissa, you got the shoe out of your mouth. You ready to do this?
Yes, it's out of my mouth, and I'm ready.
Okay.
And I think if that's the reason he's not calling you back, it's so unfair because guys always say, I want a guy's girl. And then you give them a guy's girl, and then they decide they don't want
They're
that.
like, gross, bro.
Yeah. I wouldn't even hang out with one of my dude friends if he did this.
That's nasty.
All right. Here we go. I'm going to call him right now.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is Jay there?
Yeah, this is Jay. Who's this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. How are you?
Wait, from the radio show?
Yeah. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing okay. What's up with you?
Not much. I'm just chilling. I wanted to give you a call because we actually received an email about you.
About me?
Yeah. It's from a girl that you went out on a date with.
Are you serious right now?
I am. Her name is Melissa. Do you remember going on a date with Melissa?
Oh. Yeah, I do.
All right. I figure she'd probably be easy to remember because she licked a shoe, a bowling shoe, while you guys were out.
She told you that?
Yes, she did. We actually talked to her about your date, and she's confused because she's been trying to get a hold of you for a second date, but you're not calling her back.
Oh, yo, I can't believe she told you about the shoe.
Yeah, she did. I can't believe she admitted to doing that either, man. That was crazy.
I would have told nobody that.
You're the one that dared her to lick the shoe. You've got to take some responsibility.
Yeah, but I didn't tell her to go tell anybody about it.
Yeah, that's like something you take to your grave, right?
I almost accidentally lit inside the hole of a bowling ball. I was scared she might actually do it.
Yeah, dude. I think you stopped at the appropriate time, or maybe actually I think it went too far. But
yeah, that was up in the ante, but we stopped right there. Wow.
So what's the reason you're not calling her back? Do you not want to see her again?
Let's just put it like this: I date my fair share of ladies, and certain things are red flags, and I can tell pretty easily when I can and can't trust somebody.
Okay.
Wait, so you're saying you don't think you can trust her?
Nah, I couldn't trust her any farther than I could throw her.
Why do you say that?
Because of what happened at the bowling alley.
You can't trust her because she licked the shoe? I would think, hey, if I dare somebody to lick a shoe and they did it, they would have all my trust.
You know what? She got points for that. She was doing good up until this other moment that happened and made me change my entire perspective on her.
What happened?
All right, so we were closing out. We were about to get out of there.
Uh-huh.
And she ran to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
And I said, okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and take your shoes and check them back in with the front desk. So as I'm dropping the shoes off, the cashier guy leans into and said, hey, that's your girlfriend or whatever. I'm like, nah, not yet. Just kind of joking with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, well, she might be dodging a bullet, man. I said, what are you talking about?
Whoa.
So he then tells me he was watching us bowl the whole time.
Creepy.
And while I was setting up my shot, he saw her pick up my phone and actually started going through my phone.
What?
No.
Exactly.
How could he tell that was your phone from all the way back at the bowling desk?
No, he said he saw her do it 5 or 6 times and only did it while my back was turned.
Oh, what?
Really?
Dang, that is sketchy.
And you didn't think to ask her about it or anything?
It was the first date. Now, if it was a girlfriend, cool. We can have it out right then and there. But the first date, and you're already going through my phone?
Yeah.
Nah. Mm-mm.
So you believe this dude that you don't know who said she was going through your phone?
Yeah, hell yeah. If anything, he was looking out for me.
Yeah.
It's the unwritten rule. Guys look out for guys. He helped me dodge a bullet.
Wow. Okay.
She just seemed she seemed really cool when we talked to her. You don't think that there could be another explanation, like she accidentally picked up your phone instead of hers?
5 or 6 times, and only when my back is turned? Nah. What she did is some straight shady And I don't need that in my life.
Yeah, dude.
I'm curious if she was actually going through your phone, though. I want to know the answer to that.
And why?
I don't need to know that. I mean, if she did it on the first date, what do you think will happen on the second, or the third, or the fourth?
Well, I just say that because I want to ask her, and I forgot to let you know that she's actually on the other line listening to this conversation.
Yo, no way.
Melissa, you still there? Hey, there she is.
Hi, Jay.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Okay. You sneakier than I thought you were.
I am not sneaky at all. You got it all wrong. That story, his side of the story, it is not how it looks. It's not what it seems like.
Really? So you weren't going through his phone?
I mean, not like that. It's not like I hacked into his phone and was looking through every little detail. No.
Wait, Melissa, I was like standing up for you. You actually were looking at his phone when his back was turned.
Okay, listen. I was sitting there. He's bowling. His phone buzzed loud as hell. I just so happened to look over, and it's right there. I'm not blind. I can see what it says.
So just leave it there. You don't pick it up and then start reading all his messages.
Exactly.
I saw a name, and it looked like a female's name. I think it was Sammy or something like that. And I just leaned the phone over to see what the text said. He's the one who has the message right there on his screen. Wow. And it said, "Are we still on for tonight? Are you still picking me up?" Something like that, like at 9, like right after our date.
What?
It was weird. So I was just like, what? What's that?
Oh, Jay.
Yeah, it was weird when you looking at my messages.
I mean, but your messages were sitting next to me, so I looked over. I wasn't trying to be sneaky or anything. We were having a good time.
All right, cool. So you saw something on my phone. Why are you going back to my phone again 5 or 6 times after that? Did you not keep picking up my phone?
It was not. It was like 2 or 3 times.
Why are you still picking up my phone? That's the point I'm trying to get you. Why are you picking up my phone?
It kept going off. Like whoever that girl was, she kept texting you. So I'm just trying
Wait. You the phone monitor or something?
No, but me and you are on a date, and I want to know if you're involved with someone else. I know your reputation, and I'm sure you know your own damn reputation. And you're a good-looking guy.
Shorty, that's none of your business. We're not together.
Look, you have a reputation. You know your reputation. I know it. Our friends know it. You're a ladies' man, so don't act like it's all out of the blue why a female, because I'm sure they've done it in the past, looks over and checks your phone, especially if they're on a date with you and your phone's just getting blown up. I think anybody would do that. Actually, if it was my phone and you were sitting down and I'm bowling and my phone's just going off, buzz, 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 you can't tell me you wouldn't look over. Like, who's hitting her up so much? Who wants to know where she is?
Like, yo, do you hear what you're saying right now? All right, you hear what you're saying? I would never go through somebody's phone when we're on a date, a first date at that.
Well, that's you. I want to know who I'm dating.
Don't rationalize your craziness and try to tell me what I'm going to do on a date.
I'm not trying to rationalize it. I think any sane person would do what I did, and I'm not like mad that I did it. I don't feel bad for doing it. I wanted to know who you were, what was going on with you, and if I saw something suspicious, then I'm going to look into it.
I don't really blame her. I mean, she's just trying to look out for herself a little bit.
His phone was going
you can't
off,
defend
like
that.
buzz, 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 buzz. I'm like,
but you did have
looking for you.
You had 2 dates planned in the same night, Jay. I mean, you kind of had a point.
All right, wait. All right, look, we got to like just squash all that nonsense. Let me tell you this right here. The name that came up, Sammy, that's a dude. It's not a chick. It's a dude.
That's a dude. Sammy really?
Tripping, man.
No, guys. Sammy in his phone, it was spelled Sammi. No guy spells Sammy like that. That's a girl. Sammy for a guy is Sammy, sweetie. I know that. So it wasn't like that in your phone. That's a girl.
Okay, so all right. So now there's rules of how I have to spell my boy's name in my phone. Okay, can you get any further in my business?
Melissa, why did you even call for a second date with this dude if you think that he's a player and like planning dates after you?
I still thought the date went good, and I asked my friends, like, do you guys know anybody named Sammy? And nobody knew a Sammy, so I'm like, maybe it's nothing. Yeah, but I didn't know that he knew that I looked. So I thought maybe we could have a second date. I just got caught, gosh.
All right, well, Jay, I have to ask this question. Maybe I don't know the answer. I don't know what's right and wrong anymore. Jay, would you like to go on a second date with Melissa? We will pay for it.
But, dude, really?
Yes, I'm asking. Would you like to go out with her again? It sounds like you guys have the perfect foundation for a great relationship.
Nah, Chief, I'm going to pass. But if I need somebody to check my phone messages, I know who to call.
Oh, gosh.
I'm sorry, Melissa. No second date for you.
That's okay, guys. Thanks for trying.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it was meant to be.
No, it doesn't.
You know what? I'm actually kind of glad this happened, though. I mean, I dodged a hell of a bullet, man. Yeah.
Well, good luck to you both, okay?
Thank you, guys.
All right, man. Thanks.
And Jay, tell Sammy I said hi, however you spell her name.
It's a dude, not a girl.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, who lets their phone out of their sight? It's a very good question. Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Melissa wanted to call this dude named Jay. They went bowling, but he wasn't calling her back. And we got him on the phone, and he told us that he didn't think he could trust Melissa because as they were closing out their tab, she went to the bathroom, and the cashier revealed that she saw Melissa going through Jay's phone. And she admitted that she did look at his phone multiple times while they were on the date. She said it was because it kept buzzing over and over, and she argued that anybody would look at the phone if it was ringing that much.
No, I'm sorry.
That's
but...
sketchy. I mean, it's basically on par with reading your diary. You know?
Yeah, pretty much. So she was opening his phone and going through it to see who was contacting him.
I mean, come on a first date, maybe for still when you're dating, you
still shouldn't do it.
Yeah, trust somebody.
So he said no to another date because he's not interested in going out with her because it's probably only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what though? I'm proud that people saw red flags and actually paid attention to them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that doesn't happen very often in this world.
That's true. A lot of times people are like, well, I mean, I guess I kind of understand.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to like 2 years later, and it's like, dude, she's just jealous going through my phone all the time.
She is trusting.
I didn't see it coming. Had no idea. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
There are some places you should never go on a date.
Oh, yeah?
One of those places would be Centralia, Washington. Don't go there on a date, ever. Oh, why do I say that? We're talking to Sheena today. She emailed us about a dude she, well, I guess kind of met, named Ross. She met him online. Sheena, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Now, your email said that you scheduled a date with a dude out in Centralia where he lives, but you never actually met him?
Yeah, I never actually met him. I got stood up.
Oh.
Apparently, she drove 2 hours to meet this guy.
Oh, no.
And then he blew her off.
Yep.
Isn't there somebody on Match that lives, like, closer to you? Why drive 2 hours to meet somebody? I'm sure you can find somebody in your local area.
Well, you know, we had been talking for a few days, and I was a little resistant because it's so far away. But he talked me into it. He was charming. And then I have a girlfriend that lives out there, too. So I thought, oh, you know, I can just go see her afterwards. Or if I need somewhere to crash, I can crash with her.
Okay.
So I went for it.
Okay, so you went all the way to Centralia to meet this guy. What happened?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I drove, and he was texting me the whole time I was driving down there. He texted me to make sure I was coming, and I was like, yes, and he didn't get the text, so I pulled over and wrote him back, and, you know, he kept writing me, but I was driving, so I couldn't respond, but he seemed super into me, and then I got there. And
So did you guys text all the way up until the point that you got to the restaurant?
he was texting me the whole time, and I was trying to respond, but I was driving, so I wasn't texting him the whole time, which makes me think, you know, maybe he thought I was blowing him off.
All right. At any point, did you say, hey, I'm driving, I can't really text you right now?
No. For like the last 45 minutes of it, I didn't text him back, and that's why I feel like, oh, well, maybe that's where I screwed up, because, you know, I should have pulled over and been like, hey, I'm half an hour away, or, you know, given him some kind of feedback.
Okay, but you texted him when you got to the restaurant and everything.
Yeah. It's like, hey, I'm here, you know, where are you? And I saw that there was a pickup truck parked like a little bit away from the pizza place, and I thought, you know, maybe it was him. And I was like, hey, are you in the, because there was a guy in there. And I was like, are you in the pickup truck? Are you coming inside? And then a few minutes later, the pickup truck left. And then I waited like another 20 minutes, and I didn't hear from him. So I took off.
Do you think it was him in the truck?
I mean, I can't help but think like, oh, well, maybe he was in the truck and he saw me and he wasn't as enthused and he left or something. I don't know.
So what'd you do? Did you at least have some pizza?
No, I went and met my girlfriend and drank some wine.
And how many times have you tried to get a hold of him since this happened?
I've texted him a few times.
And he doesn't answer you at all?
No, he hasn't answered me at all.
Like no apology, no explanation, nothing?
No, nothing. Yeah, and I just want to know, like, I mean, it's just
we had been talking for a few days, and it just, feels shitty.
So mostly you just want clarity and to understand why he did this. You don't really want a second date.
I mean, if he were to have, like, some really good explanation, but... I mean,
Saving a puppy's life or something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, see if we can get him on the phone, and find out why he ditched you. Hopefully it's a really good explanation so we can get you a second date.
Yeah.
all right, thanks, guys.
Okay, but I'm warning you, it's probably not going to be. Okay?
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Sheena is on the phone with us right now. She wants us to call a dude named Ross that she met online. Now, he lives like 2 hours away. Wow. She drove to meet him for pizza after they'd been texting for a little while after they initially met, and he stood her up. Never actually met in person.
Jeez.
On her drive down there, he was texting her the whole time. She couldn't really text back because she doesn't text and drive, which, again, Sheena, I commend you. It's a very responsible thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
You're welcome. But she thinks that maybe not texting him back while she was driving led him to believe that he was being blown off.
Yeah.
Anyway, she got to the pizza place. Nobody was there except for a truck that she saw with a dude sitting in it. And Sheena, you texted him and said, hey, are you in the truck? And did the truck drive off right away after you did that?
No, not right away. I think it was a few minutes after.
Okay. My initial instinct is to think if you texted him, hey, are you in the truck? And then it skirted out of the parking lot.
Yeah.
It was probably him.
Not a good sign.
But if it was a couple minutes, maybe it wasn't him.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're about to get him on the phone and find out, one, why he just stood you up, and two, if you even want a second date with him, right?
Yes.
I still have hope that there's a reasonable explanation for this.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think so. He seems like a nice guy initially.
All right, we'll call him, see if we can get him on the phone. You ready?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Ross.
There's no Ross here.
Is this 659?
Yeah?
Okay, and you're not Ross?
Who's this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Okay.
Do you know a Ross?
Not really.
Can I be honest with you? I'm having a hard time believing that this is not a guy named Ross. Or somebody that told someone else their name is Ross and gave them this number. I'll tell you why, okay? Because one of our listeners recently met you online. This is the number they have. They said your name was Ross. You had a profile set up and everything else. They drove 2 hours to meet you, and then you ditched them at a pizza place.
What is to laugh about?
What's so funny?
I know what's going on. Trust me.
I don't. Can you tell me?
I was just getting her back, okay?
What?
That's all that was going on.
You're getting her back?
Yeah, it was pretty ingenious on my part, actually.
I'm so confused.
All right. You sound really proud of yourself. Explain to me what you're talking about.
Well, Sheena broke up with me about 6 months ago. We dated for off and on for almost a year. I caught her cheating with another guy, so, I thought I'd have a little fun.
No way.
Wait. So what did you do?
I used a picture of some other guy. I messaged her. We messaged back and forth. So I figured I'd send her on a little wild goose chase 2 hours away.
Oh, my God.
Wow. So you catfished your ex-girlfriend, basically.
Pretty much.
All that work to just make her drive 2 hours away and sit at a pizza place by herself.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. It made me happy. Very happy.
Ross, you've never heard of, the high road, taking that?
She missed out on the high road about 6 months ago, so,
You sound really proud of yourself.
Well, I didn't know she was going to emphasize it by calling a radio station. This is great.
I cannot believe you.
So that voice right there is Sheena.
You're on the line. You are such a childish douche. I'm like...
Oh, did I upset you? I'm so sorry. I would have loved to have seen your face, by the way, as you're looking around going, where's Ross? Where's Ross?
You are such a child.
Sheena, is this...
wow, that really hurts. My goodness.
Me why I left. Thank you for reminding me why I'm not with you.
Oh, my God.
Sheena, is this really your ex-boyfriend?
Yep. You wonder why, right? You wonder why.
Well, did you really cheat on him like he's accusing you of?
Yes.
It's not black and white. It is not black and white.
Oh, yes,
there
it
it is, yeah.
Okay, well, Sheena, you found out what the issue is. Your ex-boyfriend wanted to get revenge on you and make you drive 2 hours to meet some dude that he made up.
Hey, Tina, maybe you should meet Ross later.
He's funny.
Oh, you. Shut up.
I guess you get what you reap. You reap what you sow, or however the hell it goes. Payback is you got it, girl.
Wow. Hey, at this point, I would love to ask you, too, if you would go on a second date.
Oh, come on.
I'll pay for it.
Oh, kill
Ross, you can go out with Ross.
So proud of himself right now.
That's crazy. All right, so I'm assuming neither of you want to go out with each other. No? All right. Well, Sheena, there you go. That's what happened, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God.
And what is your real name, Ross?
My name is Derek, and I feel very good right now. Thank you, thank you.
Sheena, how do you feel? Sheena?
Oh, no.
I think Sheena hung up.
You guys just made my whole day. I mean, you really did. Thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome, man. Hey, your hard work paid off, I guess.
Yeah, made your day, ruined Sheena's.
Payback is
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the emphasis on my practical joke. Bam! Thank you.
Good work. Might go down as one of the best ex-revenge stories ever.
That was cool, guys.
Yeah, not for her, but for sure.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh, Sheena broke up with me about 6 months ago. We dated for off and on for almost a year. I caught her cheating with another guy, so, I thought I'd have a little fun.
That was, well, I guess we'll call him Ross from the second date update. His name isn't really Ross, but that's the name that he made up to basically catfish his ex-girlfriend. If you missed the second date update that we just played, Sheena wanted us to call this dude that she met online. He convinced her to come meet up with him in Centralia, which is like 2 hours away from where she lives. She's like in Everett. She went down there. He stood her up. Never met her for pizza where they were supposed to meet. Yeah. Never called her back. Nothing. We ended up getting the guy on the phone for a second date update. Turns out it was actually her ex-boyfriend trying to get even with her because she cheated on him. So he wanted her to drive 2 hours out of her way to meet some dude for a date that wouldn't show up. Text in at 78592. This guy is a freaking genius.
I know.
And you would think people would be hating on this dude, but everybody on the text board is like, what a brilliant idea.
You guys, come on.
I feel so shallow, but I like him too. I mean, if you've ever been cheated on, it's the worst feeling ever, and some kind of payback.
Yeah, but there's something to be said for taking the high road, being the more mature one.
There's also something to be said for having an awesome revenge plan and then carrying it out. And not only carrying it out, but then having us call to do a second date update and getting it aired on the radio.
He doesn't even plan on that. He's like, dude, this is even better than I thought it was going to be.
Got a text in at 78592. I should do that to my ex-wife because she cheated on me.
You guys.
Everybody now is wanting to do this. It was a pretty elaborate scheme, but it worked out well for him, and he was proud of himself.
He was so proud. He sounds like he's still so bitter about it.
Well, I think usually you are if you get cheated on. Most people I know that I've never been cheated on.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, there's nobody that crazy out there. But if somebody did, I'd probably harbor some bad feelings about them for a while. Yeah. Another text in at 78592. Wait, I know Ross from Centralia. That guy's a D-bag.
Oh, God.
So the real Ross down in Centralia is getting a bad rep for the second date update.
Too bad.
Just bad all over the place.
Yeah. Did you guys like it? Do you think it's a good idea? Natasha Curry's, remember, filling in for Brooke this weekend, formerly of Headline News.
It sounds like you said you like to make people's dreams come true. It sounds like he actually has some closure and a little satisfaction out of this.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You also let her know that you're thinking about her and you've put so much effort into her. Which, I mean, the best revenge, I think, is always apathy. It's always like, I don't care about you enough to do anything.
Usually I would agree with you. Because if you let somebody get in your head, that means that they've won.
Yeah.
But if you do this and then you're in her head that bad where she emails us to do a second date update, and then we call him live on the radio, and it gets aired how she cheated on you, and then you made her drive 2 hours out of her way to meet up with a fake dude that you thought, like a scheme that you thought up. It's pretty genius.
Yeah.
And remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, Brooke and Jubal at moving925.com. We will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know, I've hosted a lot of speed dating events for different companies.
Yeah.
And I never actually thought that people ever go out on dates from speed dating because they're the most awkward things ever.
I'm with you on that.
Usually people sit together like, oh, you got a minute and a half to do your date. And they sit there and they're quiet and they look at each other. Most of the time the guy's trying to talk to the girl who is already looking at the next table over because she sees a guy who's way better looking and is just ignoring him the whole time.
Yeah.
They're just bad and awkward. But apparently people actually do meet someone on a speed date that they'd like to see a little longer in person. Sort of like what happened with Zach, who was on the phone with us for a second date update. Zach apparently met the girl that he wants us to call today on a speed dating adventure. Is that right, Zach?
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Good, man. So it actually worked out for you, huh? The awkward
That's awesome.
speed dating thing.
Well, yeah, I was shocked.
Have you done speed dating type stuff before, or is this the first time you had done it?
I totally agree with you, man. It always seems kind of awkward or weird, so I've stayed away from it for the longest time. My buddy and I both ended up going just for the hell of it because we dared each other to do it. And it was funny because most of the girls there they just definitely were not my type. There's one girl I totally connected with, and that's the girl I ended up going on a date with, Carly.
What did you learn about Carly in that minute and a half that just made you think, wow, I was wrong about this?
She's hot.
We talked about a lot of different things for it. It wasn't so much that. It was just the vibe I got from her. She just seemed so different and down to earth. And probably because she was new in town. She told me that she'd just gotten to the area.
I imagine in a situation like that, Zach, it's not so much what you learn about each other. It's like if you guys can even have somewhat of a decent conversation in a minute and a half. So what did you guys do on your actual date?
So, because she said she was new in town, I wanted to take her to Pike Place. I wanted to kind of show her a little bit of what it is that we're known for in the area. And so we went there, we walked around, we had some food. She's a really easygoing girl, and we had great conversation. And we did I got her to throw some salmon in the marketplace, which was a lot of fun.
Oh, do you like the fish catch?
Yeah, she really dug it. I mean, it was just cool overall. It was just really easy with her.
Okay. How long has she been in town? You said she's new in town. When did she move here?
When I met her at speed dating was 3 weeks. So, we actually got together just a few days after that. So, yeah, it's been like a little less than a month.
Where's she from?
She's from Tennessee.
Oh, I bet she has a really cute accent, too.
Yeah, she's very sweet, very down to earth. I even bought her some flowers when we were there, and it's almost like I just bought her a new car. She's just like biggest smile on her face, and she's just like so happy and just really, really super nice girl.
All right, so you had a good time.
Yeah, I had a great time.
All right.
I would think as a good old Southern girl, she would be getting flowers every day, like for every date she went on. But she thought it was an unusual thing?
I don't even think she really expressed that it was unusual. It was just the way that she was thankful for it, and she just made me feel special that I even thought of giving her flowers. You know what I mean?
She's a country girl from Tennessee. I go to the big city, and this man's buying me flowers. What's next? Is he gonna ask for my hand in marriage? Oh, you cad, you! How did the date end? Did you guys share a kiss? Anything more than that?
I walked her to the cars, and I wanted to be a gentleman about it and just give her a kiss on the cheek.
Well, of course you do, sir. A real Southern lady would never kiss on the lips on a first date. You know that.
That's sweet.
Does it feel like you're on the date with her right now, me doing that to you?
I feel like chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I get your number, man?
You know you can.
Tall drink of water.
All right, so you kissed her on the cheek, wanted to be a gentleman. She's obviously not calling you back. How long has it been? How many times have you tried to get a hold of her?
I called her a couple times, texted her a couple of times, and it's just clear to me that she's just blowing me off at this point, which is really weird because I wasn't expecting that.
Did you get any response from anything?
Nothing. That's what's weird. That's what's really tripping me out.
And the weird thing is when you're new to town, I mean, I've been new to town before, and you basically call anybody that calls you back because you have no friends.
Yeah, the thing, and I don't want to sound morbid about it, but I'm just, because she's new to town, I'm hoping something didn't didn't go wrong. Like,
No, dude, hey, no, it's perfectly acceptable the way you're thinking. Anytime that I've ever gone out with a girl and she hasn't called me back, in my mind, I'm like, she must have died.
Yeah.
That's the only way a woman does not call this guy back. Zach, you and I are in the same boat, buddy. I don't know. We'll play a song, come back, call her, get her on the phone, and get your second date update, okay?
All right, cool. Thanks, Jubal.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hey, Zach?
Yep.
After thinking more about your situation, I don't really think you need to worry. I think you might be a little premature.
Really?
Okay. Why is that?
Well, any girl that is new to this area, it's like a feeding frenzy. Like, dudes just attack them left and right. Because, we're not very attractive in this part of the world. So there's a lot of uggos out here. So as soon as a hot girl from Tennessee ends up on the scene, guys are going to be after her like crazy. So she's probably just got tons of dates, and she'll get around you. You're maybe 15th on the list, How's that make you feel?
All right, great.
Yeah. All right, no need for the second date update then. I'd like to just take the wind out of your sails right before we give her a call and see why she's not giving you a call back. Sorry about that, Zach.
Yeah, feels great, guys. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Zach, I got your back. I think if the date went as well as you said it did, then could be 20 guys that she went out on the date with, and she'd still want to call you back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the way I'd like to see it.
Okay, well, I'm going to dial the number right now, see if we can get her on the phone, and then get your second date update. You ready to go?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Please enjoy this ringback tone while your party is reached.
Ooh, fancy.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Carly, please?
Yes, this is she.
Carly, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm doing good. Who did you say what?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, a radio station here in town. I know that you're new to the area, and what we do is we get a list of people that have just moved here, and we call them to welcome them to town. So, welcome, Carly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's real nice of you.
Yeah, it is. So, where are you from? You're from Tennessee?
Yes.
And nice. And how long you been here?
Just about a month. Is this really what y'all do?
Carly, I'm not actually just calling to welcome you to town.
Okay.
You recently went out on a date with one of our listeners.
You're calling me about a date that went on?
Yes, I am. You recently went out with a guy named Zach who listens to our show. You met during speed dating.
Wow, y'all do things real different in Seattle.
Yeah, welcome to our city.
So you went out with Zach, right? And he liked you a lot, but now you're not giving him a call back. So he emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out if he did something wrong on your date.
Okay.
So what'd you think of Zach?
He was real nice.
Okay, so no problems with Zach, then why haven't you been giving him a call back? He says that he's tried to get a hold of you a bunch after your date.
I don't really want to say, honestly.
Is it embarrassing?
Well, a little embarrassing for him, not so much for me.
Okay, well, that's perfect then. I don't mean it's perfect that it's embarrassing for him, but he's the one that wanted to know. So if it's something that's embarrassing about him, he's willing to hear whatever it is. So
I just feel real bad because he was real nice,
Think about it this way, Carly. It's not mean to give constructive feedback. You're helping him out. Down the line, this might help him.
But I just want everyone to know that he is a real nice guy and he treated me real well, and I don't have anything against him.
we know that you like him. We know that you don't have any ill will towards him, and you don't think that he's a jerk or whatever. But what is he doing, or what did he do on the date that was embarrassing enough to make you not want another date with him?
He sort of made these weird noises.
Like when he was talking, or?
Like throughout our date. Like we would just be talking, and then all of a sudden he would go like that with his, like he would make that sound with his mouth.
Okay.
Did he?
Are you picky? Are you normally a picky person when you date?
No, honestly, not at all. I mean, I was just a little confused. Like I didn't want to say anything because I thought maybe he had like a tick or something.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't want to be mean, and I know people have that, and I understand that, so I wasn't going to say anything, but he kept doing it. And then finally, at the end of the date, I just sort of asked him, because I figured I might as well ask.
How'd you ask him? Just, hey, what's up with that weird noise you're making?
Well, Well, he made the noise, and I kind of laughed, and I was like nicely, and I was like, hey, like, what's that noise you're making?
Yeah.
Like, what's that about?
What did he say?
Like, and he goes, I'm just taking mental pictures of our date.
I'm taking mental pictures. So he's taking mental pictures on your date, which is, I guess, fine, but he's actually making a camera noise when he does it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, at least he could do it silently, you know what I mean?
That's pretty weird. So let me get this straight. All right, just so I can really...
It was so sweet, but it was just so, like, I didn't know what to do. It was just, I was very weirded out because he's like, I just want to remember how beautiful you are and, like, where we are now. And when, when I toss the fish or whatever it is that y'all do at that time.
Did you laugh when he told you that?
I think involuntarily I laughed.
Yeah.
Because I was a little bit weirded out, so I didn't really know what to do. So that was my reaction. Is I kind of like, oh.
Yeah, did you try to play it off like it's a cute thing? Like, oh, I just like you so much, I want to take a mental picture of you.
Yeah, I think he thought that would, like, do it for me or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
but it honestly was, I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm in an episode of CSI or something, Like, that's what the murderer does before he gets caught. That's how they find him.
Yeah.
That's his tell.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So you don't want to call him back because he takes mental pictures of things and makes a camera noise when he does it.
It wasn't just that. It's just that he thought that was, like, a cute thing to do. I was like, what other cute things does he think is okay?
Yeah. Carly, wouldn't you be interested to hear an explanation from him about his mental camera that he brings with him?
Not really. He told me enough on the date. I don't really need to hear anymore.
That's a shame. That's a shame, Carly, because Zach is actually on the other line right now and has been listening to this whole conversation.
And taking mental pictures.
Hey, Carly.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Really? That's the reason why you don't call me back? Just because of that?
Just because of that.
Oh my God. I'm so uncomfortable right now. I don't really know what to do.
Well, you know what? When I first heard what you guys were saying, I felt a little embarrassed, but I'm not thinking about the bigger picture here. Maybe it was all in the delivery because it really was supposed to be funny. It was supposed to make you laugh. I mean, we were having a great time. I was supposed to make you smile, but
I didn't think that was very funny, honestly.
Listen, I was just trying to be romantic. There's plenty of girls that would be totally cool with me doing something like that that's kind of romantic and in a silly way,
Listen, I'm sure maybe there are some girls somewhere that think that's cute or romantic, but it just, the first time you're meeting someone, it was just a little much. Mm-hmm.
It's worked for me before. Like, I've taken mental pictures of a lot of girls, and they don't seem to have an issue with it. Like, you're having an issue with it.
Zach's got a mental photo library.
Yeah.
Almanac.
So this is your thing, Zach, to be cute with the ladies and romantic. You're like, you're so beautiful. I'm going to take a mental picture. You like that?
I don't know why you guys are all being weird about it.
Because it's one thing to do it once, Zach. Like, maybe you did it once and that's cute. But to make that noise throughout an entire date?
Whatever. It's romantic. You guys obviously don't know what you're talking about. It's worked for me in the past. Everybody seems to be cool with it, except for you guys.
Well, I mean,
all right.
The one positive thing is he really does like you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Zach, do you want to go out with Carly again?
I do.
You do? Okay. Carly, would you like to go out with Zach again? We will pay for a second date. Maybe Zach leaves his mental camera at home in the mental camera bag and doesn't bring it along on your next date. Would you go out with him again? We will pay for it, Carly, if it helps.
I mean, honestly, I'm still a little bit weirded out, but now that I have been publicized on the radio, I feel like I have to say yes.
Yeah.
So.
And Zach's not a bad guy. He's just a mental photographer, and that's just what he does.
Oh, man.
Well, now you're making me think that I should say no because it sounds real creepy the way you say it.
No, don't. I'm not trying to do that, all right? So we'll send you guys out again. Congratulations, Zach. You got your second date.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man.
I took a big beating through all of that, but...
You came out alive.
And Zach, if the date goes really well and you guys end up together at the end of the night, I want you to forward me some of those mental pictures, all right?
Maybe
video camcorder.
Yeah. We're actually right in the middle of it, just...
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Before we even played the second date update for you, I asked for an audience poll. Text us at 78592 if what the guy did on his date was creepy or romantic. We asked the question because Zach wanted us to call this girl Carly. We got her on the phone. It came out the reason that she does not want to go on a second date with Zach is because during the whole date, he would stop and go, "Shh, I'm taking a mental picture of this." So he was taking mental pictures on the date. It's a move that he's done many times, and he says kills it.
Yeah.
Women always think it's romantic, and it always works for him. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning on Moving 92.5. Out of all the texts that came in about this second date update, 98% of them say creepy.
Mm-hmm.
We did get one person out of the hundreds of text messages that we got that says, I'd be interested in that. I think it's romantic. So one person actually kind of think it's cute.
It's probably him defending himself.
Yeah.
Listening
He's
right now.
like, wait a second. So yeah, pretty much very creepy to take mental pictures while you're out on a date. And the thing is, if you're taking a mental picture of something, do it in silence.
Yeah.
Making a camera noise
Yeah.
and then saying that you're taking mental pictures of stuff is probably not going to be considered very romantic.
Emphasis on the mental
It may
part.
even be less creepy to just take the picture with
Yeah.
your cell phone, like
Yeah.
a real picture.
Oh, no, she
Very
probably
true.
would have liked that. Oh, put this on Instagram.
Yeah,
Come
exactly.
on.
An actual picture is a lot less creepy than a mental picture. Lesson learned. If you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, Brooke and Jubal at moving925.com. We will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5 presents
Freak Night 2014.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
We get a lot of second date update requests in from people who meet at business seminars, at work seminars. Just proves that business people are freaky.
No arguing that.
And those environments, man, are so sexy. Ooh, is that a PowerPoint presentation up there? Oh, yeah, I got something I can point to that with. Are you drawing stuff on a poster board? See a workflow? Yeah. I'm right this way. And Fiona, who's on the phone today to do a second date update, met the guy that she wants to call at a work seminar as well. So she's a freaky business person, just like everybody else out there who emails us. What's up, Fiona? How are you?
Hi, Jubal. Hi, Brooke.
Good.
Hi.
Trying to keep your mind on your business today, or are you just having all kinds of other thoughts?
Well, I'm a little distracted
Yeah,
today.
I bet you are. All right, tell us a little bit about the guy that you want to call today.
Well, his name's Ryan, and like you said, I met him on a business retreat. It was an out-of-town, seminar kind of thing for a couple of days, and it happened over a weekend.
And he doesn't work at the same company. He's at a different company?
No, but we're in the same industry.
Okay, cool.
So we actually ended up in the same groups for a lot of our workshops and just really hit it off, got on really well. And
What did you like about him initially? I've been to those type of things, and they're so boring. I don't even look around me at all. I'm just trying to stay awake the whole time.
It was a little boring at times, but he had this, first of all, knockout smile.
Whoa.
And then once we got into the groups together, he was really fun. He was really funny, just quick, clever.
Business humor. I love it. So one thing that's so exciting about being in meetings is people always have to crack jokes and make the meetings longer. Was he actually funny, or was it just one of those things where it's like, okay, stop it?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. He was actually funny.
That's good.
Everyone was laughing at him.
That's a surprise. Anytime I'm in a business meeting and somebody makes a joke where I actually laugh at it, I'm like, wow, good job. I'm not nearly annoyed by you at all. What'd you guys do on your date, though? Did you go somewhere, or did you just meet at the conference?
We did. No, so we actually, Saturday, we had a 2-hour break, early afternoon. So he said, hey, do you want to maybe, leave the campus and grab a bite to eat or something? Plus, football Saturday. I wanted to catch a couple of the games. So we just went to, a little sports bar, maybe 10 minutes away, and kind of had a little date.
Was it, did he think it was a date? Because it sounds like just coworkers, maybe.
Work lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely wondered if he was asking me out or if it was just that. But he made a couple of references in the car on the way there that made me think,
Was that where he asked you if you're wearing underwear?
Oh, my God.
That's always a tip-off for me. Is this a date or not?
Depends on what you're wearing.
So it became obvious after a certain point that you guys were on kind of a date.
Yeah. We talked about things that were not work-related, finally.
and I always love a chance to watch a game on a Saturday, so it was nice to be able to do that with someone who also enjoys football.
Yeah. Is there like one moment that like stands out to you as really awesome?
I felt like the whole date was great, but there was one moment where, like, I don't know, it was just a little weird, I guess.
Uh-oh.
What happened that was weird?
I mean, we were at a sports bar and there was football on and everybody was cheering, and my family's from the South, so we're big football fans, and I get pretty enthusiastic when I'm watching football, and and I was kind of, yelling things at the screen, and I don't know.
A little too into it?
There was one point where I yelled obscenities. I was swearing at the game.
Yeah.
It was a really close game, and I looked over, and he was kind of, I don't know, he just kind of had this look on his face, like. Yeah.
I've never heard words come out of anybody's mouth like that.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, what I was saying wasn't incredibly offensive, but I guess maybe for the first time that we ever went on a date, it wasn't terribly ladylike.
So if you were going out on a date with me, I would have loved that. I have a rule that I don't date girls that won't cuss, so I would have been like just doe-eyed looking at you like, that's amazing.
Which I think is actually more common than not.
Yeah, I don't want to have to act differently around him than I would around anybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So did his demeanor change after you threw a slew of F words out there for the world to hear at the bar?
Sailor mouth.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, there was just that brief moment of the look on his face, and then he made a joke and moved on, and, that was it.
So what happened at the end of your guys' little lunch? I mean, before you guys went back to the work retreat?
Well, I told him that, I'd had a really great time and would love to do it again off the retreat setting, and he said yeah, and we exchanged numbers, and I texted him and got like the, hey, it's really busy now that I'm back, I missed a couple days, which seemed totally legitimate. And then the next time it was, hey, I'm really busy this week again, and then nothing.
Oh, so you've still tried a couple times and he just stopped responding to you?
Yeah, I mean, a handful, I'm not like stalking the guy, but
yeah. Okay, so
he seemed really cool. And I guess I just want to know why he's blowing me off now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would totally go out with him again, given the opportunity, but I guess mostly I'm just curious what happened.
You guys work in the same industry. Could you ruin his career if he didn't want to go out with you again?
No.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Because you could threaten him if you could.
After one
absolutely,
lunch
to get a
date.
second date. All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update. If you're just joining us, Fiona is on the phone. She wants to call a guy named Ryan. They met at a work retreat, hung out one day when they didn't have a lot of stuff to do, went out to lunch at a sports bar, and now he's not calling her back. She thinks the reason he might not be calling her back is because when they were out at the sports bar eating, she got a little fired up at the TV and started dropping a bunch of cuss words. And he's looking at her like, wow, that is impressive. And maybe not exactly the kind of language that you use on a first date. All right, Fiona, you ready to give this stick a call?
Whoa. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Just trying to talk to you on your level, Fiona. Let's do this, damn it.
Wow.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Are you worried about him saying something embarrassing about you?
No, not at all. I mean, like I said, it went really, really well, and the cussing is the only thing I can even remotely think of that would be embarrassing, which, frankly, I don't think is embarrassing.
Yeah, I don't either.
Cool, I'm going to call him right now, see if we can get him on the phone.
Okay, cool.
Hello?
Hi, is Ryan there?
Yeah, speaking.
Hey, Ryan, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
What's this about?
You recently went out on a date with somebody who listens to our show, and she emailed us asking if we could get you on the phone because she hasn't heard from you since you guys went out. It's a segment that we do on our show called the Second Date Update. If somebody goes out on a date and then they get blown off, they'll email us to see if we can get the person who blew them off on the phone, and that happens to be you.
Who was it that wanted to know about me?
Her name is Fiona.
Oh, okay.
And you guys met at a work conference and I guess had some lunch together.
Uh-huh.
And Fiona says that she really enjoyed hanging out with you and wanted to see you again, but you haven't been responding to her when she's asked you out.
Just not really interested. I think we're more work friends.
Really? She sounds rad. I mean, she's a girl that's into football. She's got her own career going on.
Can I tell you what she thinks it is?
Okay, sure.
She thinks it's because while you guys were eating lunch and watching football, she freaked out and started dropping a bunch of cuss words or something, and you had this look on your face, so you were very shocked by that.
Yeah. I remember that. She got into it pretty intensely.
She feels like that turned you off and you don't want to talk to her again because of that.
No, that was actually really more funny. Like, I guess her team fumbled, and then she went crazy and she yelled, "F***ing mother bag."
That's awesome.
Impressive.
Yeah, so why do you not want to call her back? Sounds like wife material to me.
Yeah, no, I actually was laughing at that. That actually was pretty funny.
Were you just not attracted to her then or something, like physically?
I thought she was attractive, but then there was this thing that happened that just weirded me out super intensely, and it's never happened to me before like this, where like I liked someone, then this one thing happens, and then I was 100% turned off.
What was it? Because we talked to her and we're like, anything embarrassing happened on your date? And she's like, no, not at all. Everything was pretty normal.
I mean, I guess she thought that everything was normal, like for her in her world, but that was not normal for me.
What was it?
So we were eating lunch,
Mm-hmm.
and we both ordered the shrimp.
Okay.
Weird.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know.
And so, like, yeah, like we're eating the shrimp, it's fine. And I look over and she's eating like the heads and stuff. But then I look over and she's eating the shrimp tails.
Oh. Some people do that, though.
I think it's kind of gross too, but I know multiple people that do that.
You can.
You're not telling me that her eating shrimp tails turned you off and made you think she was gross.
Yes, that is so gross. I mean, you say that you know people who've done that. I don't know anyone who eats the shrimp tails. It's gross.
I know a married couple who both do it.
Some chefs leave it on purpose for crunch.
That doesn't sound that gross to me.
Well, no, that's not even the worst part.
Okay.
The worst part is that she's eaten all of the tails, and then she looks over at my plate, and she asks me if I'm going to eat my shrimp tails. And I'm like, no. And then she goes over and she eats all of my shrimp tails.
Ew. Okay, like, I'm not a big fan of eating the shrimp tails, but then I don't like sharing food anyway, but then to reach across and start eating your shrimp tails, that's kind of weird.
By themselves?
Yeah, it's not like I had an extra French fry on my plate or anything, and she just wanted to eat it, okay? It's like shrimp tails, discarded shrimp tails that you ate.
That's the stuff that you had thrown onto the other plate because you didn't want to eat it because you consider it trash.
It's gross.
Is that the only reason? Because she started eating all the shrimp tails in sight?
I can't get enough.
Yeah, I mean, like, the eating shrimp tails is one thing, but then she's also wanting to eat mine, and that was like it. I have lost complete interest in her. Totally not my type.
Come on, that's so judgy. That's such a stupid reason not to call somebody back that's super awesome.
No, that just grossed me out, and I'm sorry, I just can't be attracted to her.
Oh my god.
That's funny because she's actually on the other line listening to this conversation, Ryan.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Fiona.
Hi.
Oh, God.
So, Ryan, you think I'm gross, huh?
No, I just think that was really gross what you did, like eating those tails and my tails, honestly.
First of all, who doesn't eat the shrimp? Like, they wouldn't leave them on if you weren't supposed to eat them.
Good point.
That's a good point, I guess.
No, they're just decoration. That's the only reason they're on there, and they don't want to do the work of taking them off.
They're not decoration. They're crunchy, which is awesome, and they have nutrition. It's like the peel on a fruit or a vegetable. You're supposed to eat it.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that has nutrition that I wouldn't eat. Just because it has nutrition doesn't mean it's good to eat.
I'm going to be honest. I was super worried, but I feel like you're just kind of being a
I'm going to back Fiona on this one.
I mean, you can call me whatever you want, but, like, I don't need to spend my time with someone who's going to eat like that. That's nasty.
So then you are calling me gross. For eating
Yeah, if
food.
you're going to keep eating those tails, then yeah, that's gross. Like, now you even know about it and you're still
It's
doing
like
it. That's
French fries. Dude, you don't leave French fries on the plate, do you? No. Even if it's not your plate, if you're there with somebody else and there's a couple fries left, You eat them.
No, it's like you ate a burger and then you decided to grab the wrapper out of the trash and eat that too.
Seems a bit much, Ryan.
I agree. But Fiona, at any point did you maybe have a second thought about eating off his plate, his leftovers?
No, I asked him if it was okay, and he said it was. If he was grossed out by it, why didn't he just say something?
That's a good point.
Because, I'm not going to stop you. I want to see you in your natural habitat, you know?
She's just a carnivore.
She's an animal.
That's how we do it in the South. That's how it is. And you know what? If you can't handle that, you probably couldn't handle me.
Well, that brings me to my question then. Ryan, would you like to go out on a second date with Fiona?
No way.
Are you sure? I'll pay for it.
If she was, open to maybe changing her mind, then I would think about it. But it sounds like she's just going to be eating, shrimp tails left and right.
So you're saying that you might be willing to go on a second date if you promise never to eat a shrimp tail again?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should go on a second date with me. We can go to an all-you-can-eat shrimp buffet, and I'll show you exactly how many shrimp tails I can eat. I'll punch them right in your face so you can hear it nice and loud.
It is, they're kind of the consistency of fingernails.
Yeah, maybe I'll clip my fingernails and eat some of those, too.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Everyone is just, disgusting. I mean, this is just roasting me out, eating your fingernail. Why did they even answer this phone call?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Worst part is that she's eaten all of the tails, and then she looks over at my plate, and she asks me if I'm going to eat my shrimp tails. And I'm like, no. And then she goes over and she eats all of my shrimp tails.
Okay, that's a clip from today's second date update that you just heard. This girl, Fiona, wanted to call a guy named Ryan. She obviously didn't know why he was blowing her off after their date. Yeah. It turns out he was turned off because they were eating some shrimp, and she ate the shrimp tails. Okay, some people like the shrimp tails. Some people don't. I personally don't like the shrimp tails.
Me neither.
But not only did she eat her shrimp tails, he had his on that side plate that they give you. And she goes, "Hey, you're not going to finish the shrimp tails?" And just started eating his shrimp tails. And it grossed him out to the point that he did not want to go out with her again.
I understand, to each their own. It's not my thing either. But to be so grossed out that you are unattracted to somebody, it seems a little intense.
Well, you can never get that picture out of your head of shrimp
Yeah, but
shells in your teeth.
I know people who fight over who gets to eat the fish eyeball.
Oh.
That's the lucky part to eat on the fish.
But if it grosses you out that you eat the shrimp tails, then you think about every time I go out with her and we get shrimp, she's going to be eating my shrimp tails as well as her shrimp tails. Somebody texted in at 78592, said, good thing they didn't have lobster.
Yeah, man.
Just start chewing on the shell of the lobster.
This one's going to take a while.
Yeah. Breaks a tooth in the process of it.
A lot of people are texting in at 78592 saying this guy needs to grow a pair. It's only a shrimp tails.
Yeah, I think he's being too picky.
Some people are really grossed out by food, though, and the way and the things that people eat, and they can't get that out of their head. I saw somebody one time eating oysters, which are good.
Love oysters.
But they'd suck down the oyster and then they lick the inside of the oyster.
Oh,
and that grossed me out.
That bothered you?
Yeah, I was just like, you got everything out of it. Why are you licking the shell of the oyster?
But why not, right? I feel like if you're going to do it, you can't be picky about how other people do it.
I don't know.
I'm not licking the oyster. I take the meaty part out.
You shoot it.
And then I'm not putting the rest of the shell in my mouth and just chewing on it a little bit and trying to suck all the goodness out of that oyster.
I lick the bottom of a bowl after I finish some ice cream. There's really no difference.
It's a little bit different, I think.
Still weird, though.
Text in at 78592. What's the weirdest thing that you've ever seen somebody eat? And would that gross you out enough? If you saw somebody not only eat their shrimp tails, but then take your shrimp tails, would it cause you to not go out on another date with that person? I'm curious. Remember, you can download our app in the App Store. If you missed a second date update or you just want to listen to all of the second date updates, it's for iPhone, Android, everything. Just go in the App Store, download the Brooke and Jubal app, and you can listen to every single second date update on that.